Today we're going to be setting up the chameleon enclosure, which I think I might put in this video too. I mean, you'll know by the title and thumbnail, but I think I'm also going to put in the capturing of the chameleons just because it's so hard to record out there, because we're also actively trying to be on the down low, if you know what I mean. Trespassing. Cops. Anyways. Let me show you what I have set up here right now. So I got 4 planters, and then this is gonna be the future guppy pond. And then I got a piece of lattice, which I don't know what the is going on over here, boy. I have no idea. It would be amazing if that was in one piece, because it would go all the way up to the ceiling, which is what I would love. But hey, it'll work for now. I do plan on putting ropes across, things of that nature, and some hanging plants as well, just so they could get the most out of this space, because I don't want to block off. Originally I wanted the enclosure to wrap around the entire corner, but I don't want to block the view, so I'm going to stick to this wall. And honestly, these are wild chameleons, so they're not that fancy. They've been surviving, well, not here, I didn't get them here, don't come to my house, but they're surviving in the wild, so they will be in paradise in my lanai. We went to Lowe's and I grabbed a bunch of plants to start off with. It's really hard to find plants that are big enough, that aren't like a couple $100s, and I'm not spending that. I grabbed some palms, which you gotta be careful with what kind of palms you get, and just what kind of plants you get in general. I got some palms, I got some ferns, I got a hibiscus bush, I got some fountain grass. And I did a lot of research on these plants before I bought them, because you do have to be mindful, because veiled chameleons, which are the ones that we're going to be getting, if I get lucky I'll get a panther, but I don't know. Veiled chameleons are actually omnivores, so they eat both plants and insects, which I will be buying live insects, which I always told myself I'd never do because I hate bugs, but I love chameleons more, so you got to do what you got to do. But they will also be munching on the plants. I'm not going to be keeping an eye on them 24/7 all day. I'm not going to be able to control what they eat and don't eat. So I made sure I grabbed plants that are not toxic to chameleons, which you'd be amazed how many plants are. I wanted to get plants that were pet friendly, just because Pet, my cat, he will eat any plant. I don't know what he has. I think he's, I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that without getting demonetized or whatever. And it looks like the plants have fallen over. We do have quite a bit of rain coming in, and a lot of wind. So, oh, speaking of, I just got a droplet of rain on me, so I'm going to move these plants inside really quick, and then we will arrange them. Oh, it's starting to really rain now. Let me run and grab those plants. Literally barely escaped the rain. I don't know if you could hear it. I'm sure you can. Probably can't see it, but it's raining. So let me go over these plants really quick, just so for any of you guys watching, if you decide to do something similar to this, you already know some plants that are safe and good to go. So these are macho ferns, and the reason I picked these is because the leaves are super wide, so when the water collects on them, the chameleons will be able to drink off of them. Which, if you didn't know, the #1 cause of death in chameleons is dehydration. So you got to make sure you have plants that can collect water so they can actually drink off of them. You need humidity, which I'm in Florida, it's humid enough. I mean, look at my hair. You also need a misting system so that, you know, more water could actually collect on the plants. Found one on Amazon for like 30 bucks. I'm going to give it a go, but the sprinklers hit that entire side of my lanai and just absolutely soak everything, so it kind of works out. They're going to be hydrated, that's for sure. Next, over here, I got this hibiscus bush, which they also love. All these plants will do really great in this lanai. This one's got some growing to do, obviously, but it'll do the trick. I'm brown, and as you can tell from the background, this used to be my parents' house. Now I rent it out from them, but you can tell they have quite the green thumb, so I'm really hoping that I was given that genetically. Also, right here, I have fountain grass, so if they would like, they could get some shade, some coverage, depending on how they're feeling and whatnot. And then here I have palms. You have to be careful with palms, because believe it or not all of them are safe. These are Camedor, premium palms, I don't know. But as you can see, lots of real estate. It's a little flimsy to climb, but I think that rope I have will come in handy because I'm actually going to kind of intertwine the rope through the plants because the plants will be fine. Just to give those guys that little bit of structure to be able to really take advantage of this full space. Alright, let's check it out. Alrighty, so my plan is obviously for these to grow a lot taller, and then I'm going to also spread out the lattice really quick, but I want to put some ropes across with a few other ropes kind of intertwined just so they have extra space to roam. These ferns, I wanted them to be thick just like the fountain grass, just so they have a place to hide in. Not too shabby. Don't know if I'll be able to fit the guppy pond there, but we'll just have to see when I'm complete. I mean, I just moved everything over. Oh, which, while I'm at it, this is the filtration for the guppy pond with the UV, just because anything outside is going to get a ton of algae. And then this is a little overflow for it. And then under here, this is some filtration for it, and then a bunch of dragonstone. Like, this thing is full of hundreds of dollars worth of dragonstone, which is actually for my 125-gallon tank, which I will show you guys at the end of the video, which I'm super excited to get set up, but there's just a few things I got to take care of before I get into that project. Exhibit A. I will get this thing going soon. I just got to get a new pump for it because the last pump literally shocked me. I don't know what happened. I went to put my hand in the water and it shocked the out of me. It hurt real bad. Did not feel good. This is my Coca-Cola fridge, which I got to clean up the outside. The elements have gotten the best of it, and I'll definitely have to spray the stand down because it did not like being in the sun. So I'll definitely be painting that fridge. That's how I'm going to leave it for now. I'll catch you guys when I make another change. A few days here, me and my girls are going to go back out and look for some more chameleons. If you guys haven't seen the video on my Instagram, you guys should definitely check it out. It blew up. What is up? It is currently Easter Sunday, and I have a surprise for you guys. My friends and I went out last night. Whoa, where am I looking? My friends and I went out last night, and we found a few more chameleons. So now I have two. A baby. Well, they're both babies, but they're definitely, I think, under a year. One of them's maybe closer to a year, and the other one's maybe under around 6 months. I don't know. I'm not a chameleon professional, but guys, do you see what's behind me? That's a surprise I was saying, or talking about earlier. I have a 125-gallon aquarium. I got this on Marketplace for 400 bucks. Insane deal. All that dragonstone with it, and a little filter, which is not going to be enough, but it's just going to be extra filtration, which is even better. It's got LED lights back there that the previous person put in, and then look at all this space. Lots of storage space. Not a fan of these hooks here. Like, why? And they're all crooked. Oh, shout out right here, this beautiful art piece that I got. If you know, you know. Pretty sick. Having the 86-inch TV above the tank was a ballsy move. But when I build the hood for this, I'm going to put fans back here to redirect and push the air out this way. I was going to have it push forward, but if you've owned a fish tank, air is going to be pushing this way, and I'll be set. I plan on doing some exotics in here. I still have my 60-gallon aquarium and a 40-gallon, so if I need to grow out any fish, I can. I want to do a gar, I want to do a clown knife, and if I can somehow get my hands on it, a little tarpon and a peacock bass. Just keep growing out fish. I really want a red tail, but once they get to a certain size, they'll eat anything. So you got to be careful with that. That's cool. So if you want to follow along for this, I mean, you know what you got to do. You know what you got to do. You got to subscribe. You got to subscribe. They're still getting acclimated to their new spot. The enclosure is not fully complete yet. I'd say it's just like the bare minimum, if that. But I definitely have a lot of work to do, but it's plenty for now. So I have a small one, and then the big one's right there chilling, enjoying that sun right there. He's pretty colorful. He's a lighter chameleon for sure. I know the sun's kind of in the way, but he had a nasty scar on him when I found him. Look at that. Or my friend found him, actually. But we're going to see how that scar heals up. This is where I put the smaller chameleon in, so I could make sure he eats, because he's more shy, and I wanted to keep a better eye on him. This guy, I actually got a clip of him eating. He gets medium crickets. The little baby gets small crickets. So I put a couple of crickets in there and just let him chill. And then I had the leaf over the edge of the bucket like that, so when he was done, he could make his way out and go wherever he wants. All the crickets are gone, so he's chilling. I'm gonna feed him again. I don't know if I could spot him. I was looking for him forever this morning. He is a big fan of this hibiscus bush. Like I said, he's a lot more timid than the other chameleon. He's exploring. He's still getting acclimated to this new environment, because he was at my friend's house for a little bit in her enclosure. And he just likes exploring. I mean, look at him. Let's unbox the Amazon package now. Who's texting me? Alright, let's see what's in the box. Instructions. This thing's tiny, so basically most humidifiers have like a small tank on them that you have to keep refilling, which is ideal because most people's chameleon enclosures are just little tanks or whatever, you know. But since I'm in Florida, it's humid, I've got a lot of sun. These guys came from the wild, so they're gonna do just fine. This mister actually has a hose that you could run into any container you want. 5-gallon bucket, a water bottle, or in my case, a 5-gallon water jug, which I will be filling up, and then I could easily tell what the water level's at, and I won't have to worry about it because it's 5 gallons. Cool, so it came with some zip ties, some suction cups. Not gonna need the suction cups. I think I have like 15 feet of wire to go along, so I'm gonna put this on the moss vine that I have going across. Run that down the vine, and I'm gonna aim, there's 2 of them, so I'm gonna aim them towards the plants, so twice a day it's gonna mist, and they're gonna be able to drink off the plants. Which I did see them drinking this morning, because I have a sprinkler on the other side of that screen that absolutely soaks this side, which is perfect. Let me get this set up right quick. Alright, disclaimer before I show you this. This is all very temporary. It'll probably be different by the end of this video or in the next video, but let's go ahead and get started. So first and foremost, they send you a nice filter which will go inside of whatever bucket, whatever water source you're using. Make sure it doesn't gunk up the misters, and they actually send you 2 of these so you have a replacement. This goes down into the bucket, feed it in there. Cool. This has to be above the water source, so this is the pump, which I could set how long and how often. Plug it in. You got the in and the out. Ran this over the lattice. Zip tied it to the moss vines. Boom. Split the tubing here. Connected the first mister, which I could adjust. Ran it down to the next mister, which I put the end cap on. And then boom. So that'll soak this portion. It'll keep that area dry, and it'll keep that area dry, so if they choose to dry off, they can, and when they're ready to drink, they can. So cool. Let's go ahead and see how this thing works. I'll catch you guys when I have the misters actually running. Let me just figure that out. Alright, I'm going to try to get them to eat for you guys again. See if we did. Oh! Ew! I don't want the cricket to touch me. Oh my god, he's annihilating them. Oh my god, he's eating off my hand. Oh! Oh, he's destroying them. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, get him, bud. Get him. still one more in there. I know he's not that lively, but yep. Perfect. Perfect. Good job, buddy. Good job. You're such a good boy. Look at that. Look at that gnarly scar he's got. So sick. Alright, buddy. Have fun out there. I did not expect him to eat straight up out of my hand like that. Now I just got to get that little one to eat one more time. You just got to eat like 5. So I'm going to put some small ones in there now and see if he eats them. Well, I found out why the whiskers couldn't work. It's because I put the tubes in the wrong ends. Because I'm a... Ooh! So make some adjustments. Oh God, the camera's getting misted right now. That's sick. Definitely, I could see some adjustments that will have to be made, but it's cool. 30 bucks on Amazon. Not even. It's pretty sick. All of that. All of those little water beads on there. God, I got so much dirt on my hands. I have no idea what I filmed last, but this is a chameleon enclosure video. A lot has changed since then. I didn't really do a good job of filming it just because I was so busy and I had so many things going on. But I ditched that entire chameleon setup. It was no bueno. Not a fan of it. It did work for the time Who is texting me? I don't have any friends, obviously, or else I wouldn't have so many weird hobbies. I got a new tripod. I'm so sorry for the first half of this video. There's that really annoying... I have such a bad habit of looking at the screen. I'm so sorry about that really annoying plastic clinky clanky sound. It was this really lame tripod. I didn't realize how much noise this made. So I went on Amazon and I bought this one for 20 bucks. One of the flexible ones. Dude, this thing is sweet. And I could get a better angle. So you guys could see way more. You're not like right here all the time. Which I love you, but I don't want you this close to my face. Because you're going to see my mustache, and you know, I just keep that for the IRL interactions. But yeah, check out the Hot Wheels wall. This video is coming very soon. Very soon. But anyways, let's get back to this video. So basically, ooh, this big wooden sheet on the ground. Yeah, that's for the 125. So definitely subscribe. You don't want to miss that. Anyways, so there's something on this side, something right here that is going to be the next video. This video is going to go out first. I know it's a little confusing, but right here I'm going to give you a quick peek. Ooh, what is that? Don't know. You're going to have to wait. It's in the next video. But anyways, let me show you guys what I did to the chameleon enclosure because it is major difference. I know some of you guys are probably watching the first half of this video and you guys are like, what is she doing? And honestly, I don't know. But this new setup is amazing. No, I truly do love this setup. You guys ready? Doesn't that look so sick? Boom. Way better. Oop. Oop. Can't show much of that. Way better. Check this out. I don't even know where to start. I'll start, obviously, with the star of the show, who is not quite used to the camera just yet. Doesn't really know what a camera is, so I don't want to stress him out. Ooh. I keep accidentally showing you guys that other enclosure, but you're gonna have to watch and wait till the next video comes out. First, obviously, I have this planter box with a 6-ish foot tall trellis with an overhang, obviously, so I could put hanging plants and so I could put the rope on. These were like 80-ish bucks on Amazon. They came in a flat box, so I did have to assemble them. No big deal. It wasn't that difficult. I saw a lot of reviews. People were saying, oh, this thing's really light. It just keeps falling over, which I would understand. But in my lanai, I haven't had any issues since. And plus, I filled these boxes to the brim with dirt, so I doubt they're going to fall over. Haven't had an issue, and we've had a lot of wind lately, so they're RISA approved. And Chief Queef approved my chameleon. And Bubbles approved. I have this 22-foot long rope that I got from Lowe's. It was like 50 something cents a foot, I believe. So I literally started it back here, wrapped it around, didn't even really tie it. It doesn't really need to be tied. I mean, it's secure. Ran it all the way across. Boom. Wrapped it around, brought it out here. Up here. And then here, I have two 10-foot moss rope. Obviously, it's not real moss, and upon further research, I read that it's not good to get these fake ropes because the chameleons will mistake it for an actual plant and eat it. At least veiled chameleons do. Allegedly. My chameleon, Chief Queef, has not eaten any of it so far, so I'm keeping it. I'm just going to keep it, but I did read that online, just to let you guys know. Now that I got that off my chest, oh, I keep showing this on accident. So, over here in this hanging pot, I have a golden pothos, I believe is how you say it, and this guy has grown so much. So these are actually toxic to cats to eat, so that's why I picked it for up here, because if my cat climbs this, well then I have a whole nother issue. And then this is actually, I saved it, Polynesian ivy, which is also safe for chameleons, not safe for cats, which is why it's up in the air. So chameleons love that. This has been growing really well as well. Obviously the pothos just grows like crazy. There's nothing you can do. That's a forest that can't be stopped. Those things grow amazing. And here I put my fountain grass, which is doing really well. I have my palms here. I have my hibiscus bush, which is doing well. I did have a bunch of flowers on it. They all fell. Don't know what's going on. And then here I have my ferns, which are doing great. The chameleons also love this because a lot of water will collect on these when the mister goes off. So, it's great. Anyway, so, yep, got the plants, got them all potted. Everything is nice and secure. And then here is the misting system. So I actually moved it here and just hung it right across here. I mean, it works fine. Works great. And I have my 5-gallon water jug that I have it sitting in, which I do need to fill actually. So I'll do that after I record this. But yeah, I have that running up behind the trellis. And then down this rope, probably need a few more zip ties. This mister is over here spraying on the hibiscus bush. And then I have this mister, actually, it looks like it rotated. I have this one spraying all over the palm and all over the ferns. That way there's plenty of different spaces the chameleons can choose to drink water. Oh. Chief Queef. Yeah. What else? What else is new? But no, this setup is really, really nice. It gives the chameleons plenty of coverage, plenty of spots to go climb around and hide and do whatever chameleons do. It's honestly a pretty simple setup. It just works really well, and I think it looks really nice. Like, I think it just looks cool. It looks like I have like a mini jungle in my backyard and my lanai. I love it. So here I have the fridge, my mini fridge, with nothing in it at the moment. That lights up at night, actually, this whole Coca-Cola bottle. Coca-Cola fridge. That lights up at night, which is why I have this towel over it. So at night, I'll actually have this down. During the day, I move the towel, but you know. The reason why I have this covered, though, is because at night, I didn't want to mess with their sleep schedule, because as soon as the sun goes down, they go straight to bed. And obviously, with that really bright light on them, it's going to mess with their whole, like, schedule, their whole rhythm. So I was like, alright, let me cover that up. So check this out. I have actually started a cricket army. I have started a force that is just unstoppable. So let's just hope no one ever pisses me off, because I will be unleashing my cricket army into their vicinity. But anyways, let me show you guys what I did for my cricket. Dang, that looks so bad back there. I mean, dang. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. It's actually been a couple of weeks since I've last picked up the camera and filmed for this video. So far chameleons have absolutely loved it. Chief Queef has actually already been growing, shedding, doing chameleon things. But anyway, let me show you my cricket situation here. I want you guys to see my dogs. So, a bit sun faded, but that used to be purple and pink. Now it just looks like dookie. And that was green. That was actually blue and orange, so I don't know what's going on. But anyways, so I just got this little bin from Lowe's. and then I took a drill bit and I drilled a bunch of holes for ventilation. And in here, I actually keep my large crickets for chief queef. Check it out. What's up, guys? So I've got like, I think I'm down to like 30 crickets in there right now. I could be wrong. Then in here, this is actually the tray where I put the crickets in and I put the calcium dust on there and stuff like that. And then I feed that to Chief Queef because he actually is really good and I can feed him straight out of my hands. And here, obviously, we have the small crickets for bubbles, which are really hard to see. I do need to restock on these. There's a few. They're actually just hiding in here. I hate bugs, but look at all of them. Dang, my camera is starting to overheat. That's not good. But anyways, that's my chameleon setup right now. Stay tuned for the next video. I did do something a little special for bubbles, which you may have seen a few little sneak peeks of that. But yeah, all is well here in the chameleon corner, as I like to call it, I guess. Okay, so I actually went ahead and grabbed Chief Queef for the outro. Check out this guy. Super pretty colors. Very, very tame for a wild chameleon. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and drop a like if you can. What are you doing? Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out. Stay wavy. Say bye. Say bye, Chief Queef. Sorry. I know, you're a little spooked from the camera. I'm so sorry. Good. Not a fan of the camera at all. But anyways, peace out. Stay wavy. Those like no-see-ums? What is that?